Coming up on WMBD News at noon, closing up shop. 3 local businesses announced they're calling it quits on the same day. We'll explain why.
Flipping school buses into living spaces. I'm Danielle Nottingham in Riverside, California, with a new twist on the tiny house.
And a suspect is dead after a Peoria police officer is shot. We have the latest on the investigation. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Paldo. That's where we begin our top story at noon. A Peoria police officer was shot early this morning on the city's south side, and now a suspect is dead. Our Cody Sheaver joins us live from the scene with the latest. Cody.
Good afternoon. It was just before 2 a.m. this morning when a Peoria police officer was shot at the intersection of Southwest Jefferson and Apple. It was just a routine traffic stop for police when the suspect fled out of his car. That's when a chase occurred. One officer was struck by gunfire and transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect was also struck by gunfire and transported to a local hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Peoria Police and State Police did respond to the scene. Because of this, many streets have been blocked off in the surrounding areas. That could affect your commute throughout the day. Jefferson from Warren, Apple to Jefferson, Apple to Adams, Leland to Jefferson, and Leland to Adams. Garden Street has opened up. Now police are asking motorists to use alternate routes of travel. We will continue to bring you updates on air and on the web on ciproud.com. For now, in Peoria, Cody Sheaver, WMBD News.
Thanks for that report, Cody. And again, Peoria Police will hold a press conference on this incident at 2 p.m. We'll have the latest tonight on WMBD News at 5. A Peoria staple is officially closing. The owners of Bergner's are closing the Sheridan Village store. Closing sales are scheduled to begin in the next few days and last 10 to 12 weeks. Employees affected by the closure will be given the chance to interview for openings at other stores. Peoria Mayor Jim Artis responded to the news, saying it seems Bergner's is the latest victim to online sales. Aurelio's on Sterling in Peoria is closed. According to a message posted on the restaurant's Facebook page, it's due to an unexpected illness. The company says it hopes to return to the Peoria area. If you have Joe Sent Me rewards or Aurelio's gift cards, they can be used at other locations. The closest locations are in Bourbonnais and Morris. And Midnight Espresso on Meadowbrook Road off War Memorial Drive in Peoria is also closing. On Facebook, the company announced they'll close on February 23rd. They also thanked their, quote, thousands of awesome customers. And on the same day word of these closings came out, the mayor of Peoria spoke about renewed investment in the city. During his State of the City address, Mayor Jim Artis discussed changes coming to the former Chase Bank building and participation in the Peoria Community Against Violence. The mayor also emphasized the importance of new local businesses. Creators of startups say they're excited to be in Peoria, where they can find dozens of innovative individuals, but they're worried about accessibility to money.
But that capital is necessary at all these different stages. And if we can harness the generosity that Peoria has for these visionaries, the magic would happen.
These startup owners hope with the support of the community and established companies in Peoria, they'll be able to grow their companies and hire locally. A high school teacher in Peoria is being investigated by police. Peoria Public Schools and Peoria Police have been tight-lipped about the situation so far. The district has confirmed that Richwoods High School teacher Phil Earhart is on paid administrative leave. He was placed on leave last Thursday for what the district calls personnel issues. We did try to reach out to the teachers union and attend a meeting associated with the district last night, but we weren't able to get into the building. The Peoria Police Department also confirms that it's investigating Earhart, but it will not say for what. Now, Earhart was named as one of Peoria Magazine's 40 leaders under 40 last year. A piano teacher accused of molesting a teenage girl is being held on $1 million bond. Aaron Parliar taught piano to kids for many years in Bloomington Normal. A judge refused to reduce Parliar's bond yesterday. He faces 10 sexual assault charges. Officers are asking any students of Parliar's who may have been a victim to call the Bloomington police. As the March primary quickly approaches, Governor Bruce Rauner delivered his annual State of the State address. The governor promised to continue to work hard to bring jobs to the state and vowed to fix what he called a broken property tax system. Speaker Michael Madigan says if that were a real goal, Rauner would have worked with Democrats on their property tax relief plans for the middle class. The governor also said he'd submit a balanced budget proposal in the next few weeks. Republicans in Springfield agree the budget is a top priority.
This year's an incredibly important year. We need to demonstrate to the public that we're able to come together in a bipartisan manner, pass a balanced budget to enact some of the economic reforms that we know our state needs to see. I think, part of today's speech is to put the flag in the ground and to start that, commence that legislative process.
Barrickman's colleague Senator Chuck Weaver agrees, saying lawmakers have their hands full this session.
We have a huge election coming up this year, and I really look forward to doing my job to make sure we're working together across the aisle to get things accomplished. So people are really working at who are the best leaders that can move ahead. And we've got to have a bipartisan approach, but we've had some broken leadership in our state, and some of that needs to change.
Governor Rauner's challengers in the March primary were quick to respond after his speech.
He's accomplished nothing in his years in office, has attacked the poor, relentlessly pushed those who have no resources out of our state.
He's got an election coming up, but he's unpopular, and so he's trying to somehow present a conciliatory image after running a scorched earth government that has harmed the people of Illinois for 3 years.
Where was he before 13 people died because of his fatal mismanagement?
The public may soon get to read a classified memo that alleges the FBI and Justice Department went too far in its surveillance of Trump campaign officials as part of an investigation into Russian interference in the presidential election. Mola Lenghi has more details from the White House.
The White House is wrapping up its review of a controversial memo containing classified information, and it could soon be made public.
It'll be released here pretty quick, I think, and the whole world can see it.
The memo, which was written by House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes, alleges the FBI and Department of Justice abused surveillance of Trump campaign officials, especially the monitoring of Carter Page, a Trump campaign foreign advisor. FBI Director Christopher Wray personally pushed to stop the memo from being released, saying it contains inaccuracies, and he's concerned it paints a slanted narrative.
If the White House decides to release the Nunes memo, Director Wray is prepared to issue a rebuttal.
Congressman Adam Schiff, the ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, now says Republicans fundamentally changed the memo's content before delivering it to the White House.
Schiff says the memo is not the same one the Intelligence Committee voted to release, and he says it should be recalled and re-voted on before it's made public. A spokesman for Nunes refuted the claim, saying the changes were minor edits, including grammatical fixes, and 2 changes requested by the FBI and the Democrats. Democrats say the changes watered down some of Nunes' previous assertions. Any question about whether the president will release the memo was answered Tuesday night.
Let's release the memo.
Oh, yeah, don't worry, 100%.
The White House is sending the memo back to House Republicans to let them determine when it'll be released. Mola Lenghi, CBS News, the White House.
Congressman Nunes responded to the FBI's objections, calling them spurious. One person is dead after a train carrying GOP lawmakers hit a garbage truck in Virginia. The chartered Amtrak was carrying Republican members of Congress heading to their annual retreat in West Virginia. One man in the garbage truck was killed. 2 others were seriously injured. Congressman Rodney Davis, Adam Kinzinger, and Darren LaHood were not on that train. Grizzly Jackson, Utica is honoring first responders after a fire last month. The fire started in the pump room in part of the water park, and owners say thanks to quick thinking of firefighters, damage was limited. Next Wednesday, the resort will hold an open bar happy hour from 5 to 7 p.m. for first responders. Kiss those high temperatures goodbye. We continue to head downhill from here. Lauren has your full forecast next.